Welcome back to Talk Crafted English. Liam, a lot of English learners tell me ordering at Starbucks can be nerve-wracking. Why do you think that is?
I think it's the combination of unfamiliar menu terms and the quick pace. You're surrounded by regulars who seem to know exactly what to say, so newbies might worry about making a mistake.
Absolutely. Plus, there's pressure to sound natural and polite. In fact, a 2021 survey found 58% of language learners avoid cafes to sidestep embarrassment.
That's huge, but it shows how common this anxiety is. Today, we'll break down every part of the process to help listeners feel confident next time they order.
Let's start with the basics. Menu vocabulary. Liam, when you look at a menu, what terms jump out as confusing?
Definitely words like Venti, Grande, or cold brew. They're not standard English, so it's easy to feel lost.
Right. Tall actually means a small cup, Grande is medium, and Venti is large. Starbucks uses Italian words, which can surprise even native speakers.
And cold brew isn't just iced coffee, it's coffee that's brewed cold for hours, so it tastes smoother. Understanding these terms helps you order more confidently.
Now that we know the menu, let's discuss what to actually say when ordering. What's a polite, natural way to start, Liam?
A great opener is, "Hi, can I get a tall latte with almond milk?" Using "can I get" sounds friendly and casual, just like natives do.
Exactly. You can also say, may I have, or just state your order with a smile. Politeness is key. Always add please or thank you.
And if you're unsure, saying, "I'd like to try," or "What do you recommend?" invites the barista to help, making the exchange easier.
Let's move on to customizations. Many Americans personalize their drinks. How do you ask for changes, like extra shots or non-dairy milk?
You can add details after your main order. For example, "Can I get a grande cappuccino with soy milk and an extra shot, please?" The sequence matters, but baristas understand if you're learning.
Good point. And if you want less sugar, you can say no syrup or half sweet. Don't hesitate to ask for what you like. They're used to tailoring drinks.
It's almost like building your own coffee, just stack your requests. Practice helps, so don't worry about getting it perfect first try.
After ordering, baristas often ask clarifying questions. Liam, what's the most common one you hear?
Definitely, "To go" or "For here." They want to know if you'll stay or take your drink out. Just answer "To go" if you're leaving or "For here" if you'll sit in.
Exactly. Some cafes might say, is that all for today? Or would you like anything else? These are chances to add a pastry or another drink.
If you're done, you can simply reply, "That's all. Thank you." Saying thank you goes a long way, even if you're nervous.
Let's talk pronunciation. Many learners worry about saying latte or venti correctly. What tips can we offer?
A key trick is listening to native speakers. For latte, stress the first syllable, la-te. For venti, it's vente. Don't overthink the accent. Clarity matters more than perfection.
Great advice. Also, repeating after audio examples really helps. Remember, baristas are used to accents. Focus on speaking clearly and confidently.
And if you're unsure, just point to the menu or ask, "How do you say this?" Most staff are happy to help you practice.
Beyond pronunciation, intonation makes your speech friendly. Liam, how can learners use their voice to sound polite and natural?
Rising intonation at the end of requests like, "Can I get a tall latte?" signals politeness. If your tone falls too flat, it might sound abrupt.
Good point. Smiling while you speak naturally softens your tone. Audio practice can help you match native patterns, especially for questions.
And don't forget to slow down. Rushing makes it harder for both you and the barista to understand. Take your time. Confidence builds with practice.
Let's put all this together with a role play. Liam, I'll be the barista and you're the customer. Ready?
Absolutely. Here goes. "Hi, can I get a grande cold brew with oat milk, please?"
Barista, of course. To go or for here?
"To go, thanks."
Barista, anything else?
"No, that's all. Thank you."
Perfect! Listeners, try repeating each line after us to build confidence. What if you make a mistake or don't understand the barista? Liam, how do you handle that situation without feeling embarrassed?
First, remember it's normal. You can say, "Sorry, could you repeat that?" Or, "I'm still learning English." Most staff will slow down or rephrase.
Exactly. If you accidentally order the wrong thing, just politely correct yourself. Actually, I meant almond milk, not regular. Honesty is appreciated.
And if you forget vocabulary, pointing or using gestures is totally okay. Communication is about getting your message across, not perfection.
Let's wrap up with a quick look at coffee culture. Liam, what's unique about ordering in the US versus the UK or Canada?
In the US, customizing is very common. Extra shots, syrups, milk types. In the UK, orders are simpler, and in Canada, you'll hear double for 2 creams, 2 sugars.
Interesting. Also, tipping is expected in the US, usually $1 or small change. In the UK, tipping isn't as common, and in Canada, it's somewhere in between.
No matter where you are, being polite and saying please and thank you always helps. Cultural awareness makes the experience much smoother.
For our final segment, let's talk about building confidence. What practice routines can learners use at home?
Role-playing with a friend is great. Record yourself, listen back, and note any phrases that sound unnatural. Repetition builds muscle memory.
Trying out new orders each time you visit a cafe is also useful. Start simple, then add customizations. Don't be afraid to make mistakes, they're the best teacher.
And our listeners can challenge themselves. Next time you're in a coffee shop, order out loud using today's phrases. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes.
That's the spirit. Thanks for joining us on Talk Crafted English. If you enjoyed this episode, subscribe and share it with a friend who loves coffee and English. See you next time.